Testing, testing. Hey, namaste.
Hello, Milan.
How are you? Really nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Well,
There you go. There's already
somebody's joining.
some friends coming. That's Peter. He's our choir director.
Oh, that's great. Maybe I know him. You know.
I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
You
is he
ready?
with? Is he with? Yeah, I am. Yes, I was preparing. A long time, so I prayed to Master, to Swamiji, to help me because I don't want to be nervous. I don't want something to go. I want everything to go smoothly, and I want to deliver the best possible so I can help you.
I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Many people were enthusiastic, and you have a lot of skill and a lot of knowledge, and it's just about relaxing and sharing
Yes.
what you've learned. So.
Welcome to Peter. Welcome to everybody. Maybe we will start at 9 o'clock. When
Yeah, we wait.
8 o'clock your time. Do I have to? Because Zoom, I didn't. I don't know how many people will be. So it looks like I have to admit everybody manually. Isn't that okay?
Well, you try and go on participants. If you go on participants, there's that little what do you call it? The there should be options like the three dots.
Yes, more.
And then if you press there, it should say the enable waiting room. If you take that away, then everyone comes in automatically.
Enable waiting room. Where is it? Where is it? Because the dots I have.
It's in the participant. If you want,
okay.
You can make me a co-host, and I can do it if you want.
How do I make you?
So click on me, on more.
You more, yeah.
And then make
host,
co-host.
Co-host. Make a co-host. I have make a host only.
You don't have a co-host?
Maybe it's a more expensive version or something.
No, it should be the basic. That's strange.
Really? Yeah, I put more, and then make host, allow to record, allow multi-pin, rename, put in waiting room, remove regular. Okay. And because I scheduled this meeting, now it pops up in my corner. It says spiritual marketing workshop starts in 4 minutes. Start or snooze. Is that? What do I do with this?
No, that's fine. You don't have to.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
We already started, yeah.
Okay. So do I take it out maybe with the Higgs? I take it out or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm happy to give you once people are here just to make a 1 minute introduction, just to
for people to. Of course. So when 8 o'clock when people come, you start and then I will. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. And how are things there? Everything okay?
Things are wonderful. We just had this last weekend. We did a community retreat.
Right.
Which we do always once a year, which is basically a moment to come together, attune again to the masters, and just see, okay, what's the vision. We kind of try and tune in to the vision for the next year, for all the different departments. So that's what happened, and it was wonderful. We had to obviously, create smaller groups and do parts on Zoom and things like that, but it's amazing. It just creates really a strong magnetism.
All right.
Reminds us what we are here for and creates a very strong sense of unity. Because also this year we've done a lot, but everyone has done things in a separate, different reality. Because because of the whole situation, we can't even communicate much with each other.
Of course. Yeah.
So this was nice because it really gave us that chance to just be together, connect as a family again, and see, okay, what is Master, what is Swami trying to guide us to do.
Yeah, okay, that's great. And you have many departments, and right now here we don't have this. So I expect maybe,
When the time is right.
Yes, absolutely. There are people are joining, but I have to allow participant to unmute. Well, I have the 3 dots here, but I don't see which exactly option you said to.
So
I have the 3
there's 3 dots, and there should be something that says either disable waiting room.
Enable waiting room is checked.
So click on that so it's not checked.
Okay, you disable the waiting room, so they can. Oh, okay, that's great.
Now they'll come in.
Yes, they are started to come in.
Okay.
Ishwara is here.
Ishwara is here. Very good.
Hey, Ishwara, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to talk to you. I deleted this WhatsApp and I couldn't anymore. I couldn't reach you, so I said to Rudra and to Darshan to.
Nice. Thank you very much. I'm really glad to participate today, actually, and to see you as well.
That's great. Thank you very much and welcome.
We've actually been thinking about you.
Yeah, we will connect. Please write me in the chat your details, and we can connect later on. And
okay, you have my WhatsApp, or you don't have my WhatsApp?
I don't have anything. My phone is gone, and I had a new phone. I couldn't retrieve things, and
okay.
Yeah.
Ishra, you never answer your WhatsApp anyway.
Did he? Why?
Just balance.
Well, he's busy. Everybody is busy.
He's busy. Yeah, he's also Ishra. That's particular.
Okay. All right. So it's 9 o'clock.
Let's wait a few minutes because there are many people. There's at least other 10, 15 people who told me they would be there. So we'll wait a few minutes.
I have Ishwara's number here. Thank you so much, Ishwara. I cannot wait to connect with you again. And you will tell me what's going on with you. And I can help you maybe with something.
So just so you know, Milan, so Durga, who just joined, she's one of our technicians and she was a main technician for a long time. And okay. Francesca also works with the online. She does podcasts.
Oh, great.
Like that. Peter does, he's the choir director. Ishwara does a lot of different things. He works with Inner Life. He does a lot of his own business, I think, as well.
Yes, he is. We talked about this.
He's a mad scientist. That's what he does.
Yeah, well, every one of us maybe is some kind of mad exploring the laboratory of life. As Master said, experiment. Why don't you experiment on you? you make an experiment, and and you try it for yourself, and you will see that you will find bliss through these teachings. So. Welcome to everybody. Maybe I know most of you, but as I don't see you, maybe we know each other, but it's okay. We wait for a few minutes to if somebody actually, in the page it was it said 8:30, but I changed it today because I didn't know exactly. So I hope maybe if somebody joins later on, we are recording this. So if somebody wants to listen,
I told people it's at 8, so they should know. Just that Italian 8 o'clock is different than.
All right. Okay. Durga, yeah, I know Durga. Yes. She was in 2018 when we were going there to. Hello. She was in some office in there in the a glass thing that you can go and get flyers and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you.
There's
Gopal.
There's Gopala as well.
How are you, Gopala? Your microphone is muted, so I couldn't hear you.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see
Very
you.
well. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Allora, perfetto.
Yeah.
Ciao Rashmi.
Everybody,
Rita non-
we are waiting a little bit more for a few people to join.
They see you actually?
Hello,
Yeah.
Kirtani. How are you?
Good. Hi.
Hey,
here
Anand.
Hi.
How are you, Anand?
Very well,
Hey,
thank you.
I'm really honored that you came to this meeting, and thank you so much to everyone.
We're
And
looking forward to it.
yeah, I hope to make it worthwhile to everybody your time, and please bear with me. I pray to Master, to Swamiji, and to God to make it as better as possible, and I hope I hope it's worthwhile to you, and
It'll be fine. It'll be very nice.
thank you.
Oh,
So
it's very dark.
we were just talking with Arudra. He said we will wait a little bit more people to join, and he will say when we start.
We could even we can wait another minute and then we start.
Okay.
So
yes.
we have people here, a few people who came, so I'll translate for them. So if you see me talking afterwards, I'm translating.
Do I have to, Rudra? Do I have to wait a little bit when I say something because I don't know how, or just
No, it's fine.
because there is
You
a
can-
lot. I want to cover a lots of material, and I would like to talk a little faster, maybe.
You can you talk if it's too fast, I'll just raise my hand.
Okay. Okay.
So, apart from that, I think it's fine. I'm used to translating
Oh,
in a flow. So,
okay. Well, that's great. Thank you so much.
well, thank you actually.
I want to say to everybody before we start that whatever I prepared for you, it's just one part. It's just one tiny part. I tried to make it to encompass the best possible material, the best possible marketing materials for you. So anyone who sees that, he can start, and he knows the ground basis from which he can start to work with his marketing and make it and grow very fast. But this is just a little tiny part. As you cannot explain yoga to some, or the whole science, you can just start from some tiny and then continue from there. So maybe we can, if you like it, maybe we can have another webinar and more. I will do more video series maybe, and we will see how it works. Hello.
Okay, I think we can even start, Milan, if you want. So,
That's great. Okay.
so for those who don't know Milan, I think actually most of you know Milan. So he's a dear friend and a Kriyaban who's been a part of Ananda for quite a few years now, and he has studied marketing for many years, especially direct response marketing, and he really felt inspired, and there was a lot of enthusiasm from people to hear about it and maybe learn a bit more, since we're doing everything online now. And he was very happy to have this evening to share with us. And he said he wants to make it, as he'll say, really, really dense and filled with useful tips and information.
I hope it fits in 1 hour, dense, but please. Right.
So,
Okay. So
thank you, Milan.
thank you, Rudra, for this great introduction. And let's start. I will share my screen. And you tell me if everything is okay, if you see everything, and if something is, you don't see something or you want to ask me, please do. And then first we will start, we will talk about this, I will present, and then we can have question and answers at the end if somebody wants to ask something. So I hope it's interesting, and I hope you can use it later on for your marketing.
No?
Everybody sees the screen?
Yes?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just 1 second. All right. Namaste, everybody. Just 1 second I want to do something. Namaste, everybody, and welcome. My name is Milen. Welcome to this webinar, which I call Spiritual Marketing, the Secrets to Ethical, Effortless Selling. And I'm really, really happy because I know that if you apply what I'm going to teach you today, it will change your life and many other people, because you will touch them with the skills you're going to acquire here. So let us, before we start, we pray together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Ahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, beloved Gurudev Paramhansa Yogananda Ji, friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda, we humbly bow to you all. Divine Mother, great masters, bless us with the deep understanding of this all-important life skill. Our ambition is not to accumulate wealth for its own sake, but only to use money as a tool to serve your work, to help others in need, and to merge back into thy perfect bliss. We are thine children, and we long to live in this world as a perfect reflections of your divine wisdom and joy and love. Om, peace, amen. Please let us meditate just 1 minute to harmonize our vibrations so we can absorb and we can calm our minds and lift our consciousness so we can absorb much more easily the information in this webinar and to achieve all that we came for. Om, peace, amen. Okay, so in this presentation today, I'm going to teach you this by showing you several really powerful, proven direct response marketing strategies, which I do full time since 2010, which you can use to double, triple, and even quadruple your visits to your website. Or if you don't have a website, it's not too difficult to do. So and then to convert those clicks into lifelong happy yoga students if it's a sangha or yoga practice, and into happy repetitive customers if it's a business. just one second, I want to move this out of the way because I have a little clutter here, and please bear with me. All right. And later on, I'm going to show you some of my results so you can see the power of those methods. And first, let me give you a little kind of warning. You will notice that I'm going to use words like sale, profit, discount, expenses, conversions, and I'm fully aware that these kind of maybe have negative connotations, but if there were alternatives, I would have used them. Besides, we all know that matters is consciousness and intention behind the words, whether we will use them for personal benefit or to help other people. This depends on us. And this webinar will be dense with really great marketing content because I want to help you succeed. So prepare to take some notes, but it will also be recorded. So that's no problem. So my story, I will try to make it, I prepared it, maybe it's a little longer, please bear with me. I didn't realize that we may have not a long time to, but I wanted to make it interesting a little bit. So for those of you who don't know me, I'll give you a mercifully brief introduction. As Naya Swami Jyotish used to say, presentation consists of two parts, beginning and an end. And the best presentation is that the two are as closely together as possible. So my name is Milen. I was born in Bulgaria in 1977 during communism. Actually, since I was small, I wanted to be a soldier. And as you can see from this photo here, I was 4 years old holding a sword. And I suspect those were my past samskars. I would like to think of a kshatriya, who knows? I expect this to be like this, but here I am with my little brother. And when I was 18, before my military service, I applied into military academy. I was really well prepared and strong. I always wanted to lead in physical training. But of course, Divine Mother had other plans. So communism was, as you may know, atheistic since I was a little boy. I always wondered, where do we come from? Why we are here? What is joy? How can we find joy? And I was especially aware, and it was quite obvious and painful for me. When I was going to enjoy something, I knew that it will inevitably going to come to an end. This really, really frustrated me. And my question was, why does it have to end? And I wanted endless fun. I wanted endless joy, and no one seemed to know why that is. So anyway, years passed, and after communism ended, I was a teenager, and somehow I knew that somehow I will not live in Bulgaria. So when I finished my military service, which was mandatory at that time, 1 year and a half, Bulgaria was recovering from very difficult transition period in the 90s. There was still a lot of corruption, organized crime, bad economy. So as a young man, I wanted to be wealthy. This was the joy I thought I will find. So I wanted to come back rich to Bulgaria. So at least that was my idea, you know, on how I was going to have great fun and joy. But as it is said, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. So here is with my wife, Milena. We were two kids looking for happiness in the world where no one finds it. Little that I knew then that the wealth I was going to come back with in Bulgaria will be infinitely greater, and I'm thankful to God, than infinitely greater than just few miserably rupees, as Baduri Mahashaya said in the autobiography. It will be it's divine love which we are looking for. So in the summer of 1998, I depart for Spain. Then Milena comes, and Monica was born in 2000s. Many of you know Moni, my daughter. She's 21 now, and she is also devotee of Yogananda. So we started digging. We wanted to know what's wrong with material success, and we discovered the science of yoga. And when I say yoga, it wasn't Raja yoga. It was just practicing normal yoga postures. And long story short, we decided in Spain that we needed to move, find better opportunities. So we go to Ireland in 2008. So we sold everything in Spain. We arrived in Dublin in 2008, and here's where interesting things start happening. We never been there. We didn't know the language. We stopped at an internet cafe. I approached the guy who works there, and I didn't know English. I knew only Spanish and Bulgarian. So I'm not sure how to communicate with him. I wanted to ask him about a house where we can find and a house to rent. And it turns out he was Mexican. So we started speaking in Spanish, and he said, as a matter of fact, I know a guy who just recently came here, and he asked me if I can post about house to rent. He had a house. So you can speak with him. And I said, I don't know English. He said, that's okay because he's Spanish. And I said, really? Okay, well, his name is Pedro. And I said, okay. So we call Pedro, he comes and he says, where are you from, guys? We said, we are from Bulgaria. He said, really? Because in the house where you are going, there are 2 Bulgarians there. I said, really? It was really interesting. So we went there with, they were actually our age, and they were interested in the same things, in yoga, healthy living, and we started practicing together. And one day, one of them said, this is nothing, you should read Autobiography of a Yogi. And I knew I have seen this book in our search, and we immediately started reading, and between tears of joy and laughter of discovering exactly what we were looking for, we've been searching all these years. We found Swami Kriyananda, we found Ananda, and the rest is history. In 2013, we decided to move, but this time to Ananda Assisi. This is mainly because Milena, my wife, she had a dream. She said it was really, really vivid, and the dream was she was at Ananda in Italy with Swamiji. We'd never been there before that, and she said he was younger, and he was showing her around, everything around, and presenting her to the people living there and saying that we are part of the Ananda family and welcoming us to the community. So mainly because of that dream, again, we leave everything in Ireland into the car, and we depart for Ananda in Italy. We arrived without even booking for anything. We just called out, and because Swamiji told us to, and there comes Kirtani, and I was so relieved to see because they said she was the spiritual director, she had to approve us, and I was a little bit nervous, but she was so loving, so sweet, and we talked to her, and she actually gave us a tour of the community, as Swamiji said, and then she of course, I was relieved because she approved us to stay and live there, but we couldn't stay actually in the community because we had a child, and there was actually, we had to go to live in a house. However, Divine Mother clearly had another plan for us because there was a set of circumstances not very favorable to our business right then, which made us staying and living even more impossible. I remember there were days that we barely had something to eat. It was really difficult, really difficult. A very slow internet, sometimes no heat, and I could absolutely endure this with joy, but Monica was 13 at the time. So we stayed there for a few months, and then we had to go back to Ireland, and Monica had to continue with her education, and then we came back to Bulgaria. It was really interesting because as soon as we departed from Italy, circumstances went back to normal. So we quickly realized why Divine Mother did that to us. And she didn't let us stay in Italy, I think, because she took us there and she said, okay, you've seen enough. And Ananda, now you go to work and do Ananda where you're supposed to do in Bulgaria. And and then I did not start the work of Ananda in Bulgaria until late 2018, after we went to Italy and we asked permission, George Shendevi. But the serious work began just a few months ago. Until now, I had many things to deal with, but now I decided that Ananda will be my main focus from now on. And I just, in just a few short months, our subscribers and our viewers grew up to be thousands and are still growing. And I'm thankful to God for that, and my marketing skills. And there are many, many possibilities in the growing of work in Bulgaria, and I know in Italy now with this webinar, and and the exact steps on how to make it grow infinitely faster. But there are some things that needs to be put in place, and this is one of the reasons I made this webinar for, and I will explain it to you later on. So let's start with the direct response marketing strategies that will grow your Sangha or yoga practice or a business exponentially and will bring you lifelong happy yoga students or happy repetitive customers. Sorry, Rudra, I was focused on the presentation. Did you raise the hand? I'm sorry. Okay, that's great. Let me first define what exactly is marketing, because many people are confused by this term, and when they hear that word, they think about some salesman, which is not that at all. Marketing is a tool and can help and uplift you and uplift the people around you and the whole world, especially when it's used correctly, ethically, and spiritually. And I'm going to quote one of the greatest marketing geniuses, Gary Bencivenga. He said, the aim of marketing is to know and understand your customer so well that the product or service practically sells itself. The aim of marketing is to make selling unnecessary. The only concept you need to follow is to always provide value-based marketing. The marketing that you do must be done in a way that is valuable in itself for your prospect. The better it accomplishes that aim, the more powerful and the more effective it will be. Understand that and you will achieve great success in any of your marketing endeavors. And I know that Ananda as a whole already uses this concept because this is a spiritual law which all of us follow anyway, but there are some things that can be changed and improved, which makes all the difference, and I'm going to teach them to you today. I'm going to give you an example about that point, which all of us can easily understand right now, and this is the autobiography of a yogi. You could say that this is a marketing piece, absolutely genius and one of a kind, because it's been written by a great master, but nevertheless, you could also say that it accomplishes all the marketing purposes we set so far. So let me ask you a question. How many of you, after reading this book, had to be persuaded to or sold to take up Kriya Yoga after reading this book? Not many, if I can say none, because this book fits all the criteria for absolute spiritual marketing we are going to talk about. And of course, there are other components which are even more powerful, the marketing itself, which are the vibrations of master, which are more powerful. But this goes without saying that both of them combined together, we can do that. We can combine, it will become really unstoppable, life-changing, powerful spiritual tools, which we can always use to help yourselves. You can use to help yourselves and help other people. And which brings me to the second point, which is that marketing and selling are not the same thing. They go together, but they are different components of the same puzzle. And this is why it's so important for you to understand this in the beginning, what exactly is marketing and the difference between marketing and selling. It's because by understanding this basis, all the marketing and selling that you do from now on will be much, much more effective, because you know and understand how exactly they work and how exactly to combine the two so they can be a stunningly effective and powerful tools. So here is the difference between marketing and selling. First of all, you need to understand that it's all about marketing. It's not about selling. Remember, we are not salespeople. We are marketers, and moreover, we are spiritual marketers, whether we realize it or not, because all of you here have done marketing through your lives, some more than others, videos, articles, presentations, seminars, classes, etc., etc. Maybe all of you. There is a huge difference between marketing and selling. Most people, even experienced marketers, they conflate the two. They talk about these activities as if they were the same thing, but marketing and selling are two vastly different activities with two different objectives. Selling, it's all about the product. It's all about the deliverables, the features of the product, the why, the benefits. of the product. It's all about the price, the terms, about the bonuses, the risk reversal, and so on and so forth, whatever you sell, your offer. But marketing, it's all about the prospect. It's all about their situation, how you can help them, their obstacles, their pain, and the best solution you can give them based on their situation. So the objective of marketing is to make selling superfluous, to make it unnecessary. This is, as the great marketing coaching coach Peter Drucker, he said, the better the job you do with marketing, the easier the selling job will become. So because what good marketing does, it takes your prospect wholesome desires for upliftment, in our case, for transformation, for particular result, for outcome, and it turns it into a demand for your product, for your service, before you even mention the product or service you are going to offer. And that's what you need to understand, that marketing is what is it is that we are doing marketing. We are not simply salespeople. We are not simply talking about a product and then asking about the sale, which, by the way, is how 99% of the people, and even some experienced people in this sphere do when they want to sell, and that's why they fail. So we are building demand through our marketing, and I will teach you how to do that in this presentation, which is very important if you want to succeed in growing your Sangha or yoga practice or a business exponentially and bring lifelong happy yoga students and happy repetitive customers. Now, I want you to remember this really, really important concept, because we are going to come back on it later on. Now that you learned this important step in your marketing, which is essential for success, let's go to the second important marketing tip you need to know. And these are the 3 ways to grow your business. These are the 3 ways to a successful business or yoga practice. And these 3 ways are like the 3 chairs, the 3 legs of a chair for any successful business and yoga practice. You take one out and the person sitting will fall on the ground. These act as the 3 core pillars, if you want to say it like that, of your business or yoga studio. They are like Kriya, devotion, and attunement, if I am allowed to say that. But for marketing, the first way is to get more students or customers. This is the first pillar. This is what most people focus on. Let's just get more students, more customers, get more customers, and we will be okay. And quite frankly, in the beginning, that was the method I was focused on years ago when I started. And it worked fine. It is a very important method, which you as an entrepreneur have to master, of course, if you want to grow your business. And I'm going to show you really powerful strategies to do that later on. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you're looking at it, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and it is the most difficult part, as a matter of fact, from the 3. But still, 99% of business people or marketers, they focus just on that. So when you start doing the other 2 ways, the other 2 pillars, which we will talk about, you will start to really grow your Sangha or yoga practice and take it to the next level. So you have to combine them, the 3. Now, the second way to grow your business is to simply sell more programs or more products to your already existing customers. Genius, right? Who would have thought of such a thing? And this is infinitely easier and much more rewarding for you and for them. And hardly nobody does it. And if they do, they don't do it correctly. And I will talk about this later on. The third way is to sell more valuable or expensive products or services to new as well as to existing customers. And you will see why this is so important and powerful later on. So let's break these 3 down. They are very, very important for you to know to know them if you want to succeed in growing your Sangha or business. And everything that we will do from now on, everything that you will do in your marketing, in your business, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, will fall into one of these three categories. But as I said, most marketers ignore the other two, and they don't know how to do them correctly, and that's why they fail. So let's talk about and break down the first way, which is getting more customers. And there are basically two main ways to get more new customers or students online. Some of you may know that, and I'm going to talk about online. There are also many offline strategies, which we will not discuss today because of the sake of time. But these ways are paid advertising, or PPC, which stands for pay-per-click advertising, and SEO, which stands for search engine optimization or organic search. Both of them have their advantages and disadvantages. And of course, the best way indeed is to use them both. If you have the time and the resources, it will, if you have time and resources, you have to use them both. If not, just mastering one of them really, really good will be also fine, considering that you do the second and the third pillars that we will talk about later on for growing your business or Sangha. So what is PPC advertising? Maybe some of you are familiar with it, but the most known form of PPC advertising is Google Ads and Facebook Ads. And I'm not going to explain how it works because of for the sake of time in this presentation, but basically every time someone clicks on your ad, you pay for that click. And the cost per click vary considerably between niches, countries, and targeting, but it ranges around about from 25 cents to around $5 per click, and more if depends. The advantages of that method is that it is really reliable and it's really scalable. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can really spend 200 euros, for example, and make a quick test to see whether your pages, your offer, your funnel, or your idea is the right message for your prospects and how they will react, and whether or not it will be profitable or worth pursuing further. If you know what you are doing, it takes about half an hour to set up a campaign and start bringing tens of hundreds of even thousands of new interested prospects to your Sangha or to your business. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to bring people to. And scalable because once you have found a winning campaign, you can scale it almost infinitely because there is no shortage, especially today, of traffic out there. Right now, you can bring millions or even billions of clicks in a matter of days. So the disadvantages, well, it's expensive and it is really hard to find a winning campaign fast. But with the strategies I'm going to show you later on, you will increase your success manifold. And as a matter of fact, I have kept, I have had quite a few winners, one of which, surprise, surprise, is Ananda Bulgaria Kriya Yoga course, which it's a winning campaign, which is absolutely astounding considering that Kriya Yoga is still quite unknown, especially here in Bulgaria. And I can show you the exact type of really powerful and effective campaign strategies that work quite well, and they can be applied to any website or business and take it to the next level. Unfortunately, I cannot do that here because it takes considerably more time and effort, but we can do that. We can do more webinars in the future about that if you want to know that. The tip I can give you to succeed in pay-per-click advertising is that you have to apply all that you will learn here in this webinar and offer excellent product or service that helps people, and you are almost certain that your campaigns will be successful. And I know that you already do that. Whatever you offer. The second main way to get more new customers or students online is through SEO or search engine optimization. And this is basically when you publish a piece of content into the internet, it gets indexed by the search engines. This might be a blog article or a video or a YouTube video or a piece of content. It gets indexed by the search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, and it gets listed, as you can see, it gets listed on there and their search results. And depending on how well this piece of content is optimized to fit the criteria of the search engines, this is why it's called search engine optimization, it will show on the first, second, third, or lower pages into the particular search engine. And this is very important. The advantages of this method is that it's free. And no matter how many people click on your search results, if you manage to get your site to the first page, no matter how many people click there, nobody will ask you to pay anything, even a dime for that. So if you manage to let's say, bring your piece of content to the first page of Google, and if this search term is really popular, this is the key, you may get hundreds, thousands, millions of visits to your website every single day for free, which is really, really powerful, and it can be really, really rewarding and profitable for your business. But the disadvantages of search engine optimizations, first of all, it takes time, and I'm talking about many months or even sometimes years, depending on the difficulty of the search phrase. Second, it's free, but you are actually trading your time and effort, and you also need to buy certain SEO tools, which can be expensive if you don't, especially if you don't know what to buy and what you are doing for your work to be more efficient, so to be more successful. And fortunately, I can give you the exact methods. Not many people know about. I have been researching SEO since the beginning, for 10 years, and that will get almost any piece of content, not very competitive, but almost any piece of content into the first search results with almost 100% effectiveness. Here I can show you my stats for some of my projects I have been working for the last few years. Just bear with me, I have to share my screen. One second. So as you can see here, this website, for example, many of these projects are old projects which I stopped. But for example, this website, 162,000 visits. This website, 1,000. This one, 4,000, 1,000, 8,000, 23,000, 34,000, 6,000, 1,000, 2,000, 15,000, 2,000, 12,000, and I have many more. And actually, these are stats which are not every stat is recorded, because I have recorded in Google Analytics also. And as you can see, this site has 202,000 visits, 13,000, 40,000, and more and more and more. And also I will show you another Bulgaria channel analytics. As you can see, one second, just to bring the analytics. You will see in the last 3 months only how we increased. Just one second. There it should say, I don't know where it was this, where it says that we have a lots of the percentages are increasing every single day, 300%, but I'm not seeing it right now for some reason. I'm not sure why. You can see the growth here since I started to, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. But because people don't know very well Kriya Yoga, that's why it's a little bit, can be a little slow. So let me bring again the presentation. We can continue. Just one second. Okay, so let me. So videos are even more powerful. I wanted to show you as well something else. One second, please. I forgot to. As you can see, we go to Google Bulgaria, and we can type Kriya Yoga in Bulgarian, which is quite competitive term. And as you can see, our videos from Ananda are in the first page. The first two videos, we dominate. 3 videos actually, this is as well. 3 videos, we dominate the first result, and videos are much more effective, much more powerful than a piece of content like Wikipedia, for example, as you can see, and other websites which are below our search result. And this brings us lots of people, lots of interesting people every day to Ananda, to Kriya Yoga. So this is really, really wonderful. And this is just a little SEO I did. And I can, of course, teach you and say to you how to do it and bring it to the first result, which is really, really, really powerful for any business or Sangha. So, okay, let us continue with the presentation. I hope you can see the power of what I'm telling you here today. So let's talk about and break down the second way, or the second pillar, to grow your business or Sangha, which is to sell more programs or more products to your already existing customers. So remember this figure, 21 times. It has been scientifically proven that a person who have already purchased from you is 21 times more likely to purchase from you again. And many people squander this opportunity. There are many, many more powerful ways to sell more of your products or services to your own customers or students. And there will be no time to even list them all here, let alone explain them, but I will give you some of them, the main and the most effective ones here. So the first way is called upsells, or also known as OTO, which we call in the marketing community. This means one-time offers in the direct response marketing. So OTO converts about 20 to 40% or even more, depending on some factors. And if you're not doing this, you might as well just burn money over a barrel. It will be the same thing. It's a sure way of leaving money on the table. Now, I was saying money, but please, we will use this money to grow Ananda or to grow our businesses and to help more people. It's not a negative connotation. I hope you understand. And I'm sure so we can invest to help more and more people. Here is how it works, the upsells. So to illustrate that, I'm going to give you the McDonald's upsell example, which is, would you like a Coke with that? Now, this is not advocating for McDonald's. You should never eat there, in my opinion. Although I confess, when we were at Ananda last time, we went to McDonald's down there in Santa Maria degli Angeli and ate ice cream. But, you know, there was a free parking there. We could sit, so it was fine. It costs McDonald's $1.91 to get a person into the establishment with all their marketing materials, all their expenses. This what it comes back to. It backs to $1.91 to get a person in there to buy something. But a burger costs $2.09. That's 18 cents profit only from one burger, 18 cents. But then immediately after the sale, they ask you, if you haven't got already, they ask you, would you like a Coke and the fries with that? Vast majority gets it, which is $1.77. That's $1.32 profit, 8 times that of the initial sale. Now, I hope you see why this is so powerful. Think about that. Would you rather have 18 cents or $1.32 just because you asked? just because you ask. Nevertheless, very few marketers do that. And let's say you're selling a yoga course for 100 euros, to be a simplified example. And let's say that it converts around 2%, which is quite achievable. So 2% of all people who land on your page become paid customers. This is 2 out of 100. And so let's say that you are paying around 2 euros for every click, for every person who lands on your page, which is quite standard if you are doing advertising in Google and Facebook. This makes a total revenue of 0 euros for every 100 people. So you break even, which is considered a success in marketing. And I'm going to show you why later on. This is a success, actually. So let's say that you are making, after the purchase, an upsell immediately of your yoga course for a meditation course, which you sell for 80 euros. And you are making a special one-time offer, OTO, 20%, 25% off, let's say. And you say to them, because you are on this page, this is a one-time offer. Right now, you can get our bestseller meditation course for only 60 euros. This is just an example, but you can do that. And roughly 30 or 40% of all buyers will take you up on that offer. So let's say 35%, which is a good percentage. So that means that for every 100 customers, you get additional revenue of 2,100 euros, 2,100 euros, which otherwise you would simply not receive because you didn't ask. That's that you will not get it. And so here is what most people do in their business. They have a sales page and their prospects buy and they land on a thank you page. And this is about it. That's it. 99% of this is one of the reasons most businesses fail in the first 5 years, as you know in the statistics. So, but this is what professional marketers, spiritual marketers like us do. Prospects, a subscriber lands on the sales page, 2% of them become a paid customer or a student. As soon as they buy, instead of going to the boring traditional thank you page, they go immediately are presented with another similar product, which is usually a one-time offer with a generous discount and a timer, a countdown timer, which increases conversions. And there are many, many things I can teach you to increase conversions. And then only then, the customer is taken to the thank you page, regardless of whether he buys or he doesn't. Now, this is just the oversimplified version for the sake of example. And it works, but there is a specific way called a conversion funnel, especially designed to maximize conversions, and I can show it to you, but this is something we can talk about in another presentation for the sake of time if you want to later on. So even better, it needs to be one-click upsell, meaning that they do not have to fill anything on the second page in the upsell, but as soon as they click the add to cart button, the item adds to their purchase, to their initial purchase automatically. And there is a way to do that. If someone wants me to show him, let me know after the presentation. Another way to sell to your existing customers is to email them periodically and make them special offers tailored just for them. Again, you cannot just mail them randomly. There is a correct way, but let's just say that you need to give them a lot of value before you make them any offer. And I'm subscribed to into an email newsletter of Ananda, Azizi, and it's perfect, but there is a little description, and then there is a button that says explore the course, let's say, and that's about it. And the email contains several courses and several highlights and stories and some other things. And I don't know how many people purchase through this newsletter, but I know that the conversion rate can be doubled, tripled, and even more with just a few tweaks. So like, for example, first off, the email list you have need to be segmented. First, by customer and prospect. if you want your newsletter to be more effective, you cannot send the same emails to them. Just wanted to make sure, Rudra, how are we with time? Because I am in the maybe in the middle. Anyone fine with this? And I don't know how long you will.
For me, it's okay. I don't know how if people have the time.
Okay.
Theory, we have-
If
Yeah,
anyone
well,
wants to leave,
you can, yeah, you can continue, and then if someone doesn't have the time, they can
okay.
stop.
I hope that it's okay for you guys, and I hope you know it doesn't take too long. But I tried to make it's a lot of material we can cover. Okay, so let's continue. First of all, you have to segment by customers and prospects if you want your newsletter to be more effective. You cannot send the same emails to them. Second, they need to be categorized by interests and score. What do I mean by that? For example, a person who has clicked almost every email his last interaction was yesterday, and he has bought recently, he has the highest score. And there is a way to do that in most CRMs, customer, which are fancy way of saying your email, email responder. And as opposed to the person who never bought, who seldom clicks emails, and his last interaction was, let's say, a year ago. If you want to succeed in your marketing, you cannot treat all customers and prospects the same in terms of offers. As well, you cannot treat differently. You cannot treat the same different types of customers the same. You have to treat them with love, of course. This is the main thing. Like, for example, you don't send the same things to Kriya-Bans and non-Kriya-Bans. They don't receive the same thing. So same thing here. You cannot send the same offers and the same thing. They have to be segmented if you want to be really successful. So there are many types of prospects and customers, and they need to be treated differently and put in separate campaigns. For example, conversion campaigns for prospects, ascension campaigns for paid customers. Then you need to tailor the messages and the offers as much as possible for every type of prospect and customer. If you do all that, your conversions will shoot up to the sky. And I know this for a fact. I have tested this and I've seen it work. It's really, really powerful. And the more granular you get, the more effective your emails and your offers will be, because you are personal. It's like you're emailing your best friend and you tell them exactly what he needs, and you help him the best possible way. So, and yet nobody ever does, and nobody collects any information about their visitors. This is a mistake, and here is the thing: 99% of your visitors is lost of your traffic in your website. They just go to your website when they're they go out and they are gone forever. There is nothing you can do to retrieve them. So you have to capture their email, at least your maybe phone number, and there are some other ways to do that. So same thing with the local businesses. I see no one doing this. Persons enters through the door, asks something, or even worse or better, buys something and receives a thank you and a goodbye. And that's about it. No attempt to collect the customer's details and to sell them later on whatsoever. They are clearly interested if they have entered the store and moreover purchased. Remember what I've told you earlier, 21 times more likely for someone to buy more from you than the first transaction. There are millions of creative ways to get the person information and help them through selling again and again. Because if your product or service is helpful, sattvic, and you know that it will benefit the life of your customer, it is absolutely on you if you don't make everything possible to serve this prospect or customer again and again. Why don't you do it? I often call to, let's say, a car dealer shop, and I ask an estimate. Do you have this part or something or other? And the person says, one moment, he drops the phone, he goes off for a few seconds, he comes back and says yes or no. And that's about it. No attempt to collect my information whatsoever. No email, no phone call, nothing. Now, I have come probably from one of their advertisements whether it will be a yellow page ad or a Facebook ad or a Google, which they spend hundreds of thousands of euros. And I have come to their door, to the phone, this almost the same thing, and they have waited the opportunity, they have wasted the opportunity to collect me as a prospect or as a customer. And even if they do, there is no attempt to sell me again whatsoever, no collecting information, no email, nothing. So in one of my businesses in Ireland, I was really successful because of that, and my customers loved it because we provided them an excellent service. I called these campaigns, they were like ATM machine campaigns. Each time we deployed, it was like withdrawing from the revenue. I repeat, and otherwise we would never get that. Forget about it. The customer will never in a million years come to you and ask you for a sale, even if it's in his own interest. I have seen this. It's just the way it is. It's astonishing, but that's the way things are, and we have to work with them the best way possible. So the next way is retargeting or remarketing. This basically works similarly like the email campaigns, except you don't need to collect email addresses or phone numbers in order to deliver them messages, and communicate with your prospects or customers and sell them your products or programs. And here is how it works. You install a piece of code in your website, and every time someone visits your website, it's tagged, and your ad platform knows what page that visitor has visited, how long it stayed, etc., etc. And now you can go to your ad platform and set a bunch of rules and say, if let's say this person visits a certain page, I want to display this advertisements to him. And this is really, really powerful because let's say the visitor buys and lands on your thank you page when he buys, and in this case you can follow him with an upsell. But if he doesn't take your offer, you can follow with upsell. Here is a diagram illustrating the power of retargeting. Now you can display a custom ad just for this person saying, hey, you didn't take our special offer, perhaps you are interested in this other one. And perhaps you follow this person all over the internet. You see how powerful this is. Now you can even test different offers and angles, and even combine them with your email campaigns, with your retargeting, with your upsells, which is really, really next level effective. Of course, there is a right and wrong way to do this. You need to be careful not to make your customer angry that you are following him everywhere. For example, I see some companies, when you buy, they retarget you everywhere really blatantly, saying, hey, come here, and you can turn some people off with this. You have to be careful. So there is actually a very powerful and effective way to do this. We are marketers. Remember, we don't sell, we provide value-based marketing. We do it in a way that is valuable in itself for our prospect, so that when we make an offer, he is already sold. We don't have to be pushy. We don't have to say, hey, I want to buy my stuff. No, not at all. So, for example, retargeting your YouTube viewers is especially powerful, and almost nobody does it. It's astonishing. Think about if someone has watched some of your YouTube videos, he already trusts you and he likes you. So retargeting all these people who have already watched your videos is one of the best and the easiest ways to convert them into paid customers, and also to help paid customers even more through selling them more things. And there is a way to script your sales videos in a special way. So when you retarget your existing viewers, the conversions will just skyrocket. It's really, really effective. And if you want to know more about that, just contact me after the webinar. So let's talk about and break down the third way, or the third pillar to grow your business, or Sango, which is to increase the size of each transaction. Here is what I mean by that and why this is so important. Let's think about step one from this step from a mathematical standpoint. If you have 100 customers and you make 100 euros per sale, let's say, your revenue is 10,000 euro, right? So if you want to increase your revenue, you would increase your traffic. So instead of 100 customers, you can get 200. But you can also make something else to increase dramatically your revenue, which is much easier and more powerful. And this is to sell programs or services. Often these are one-on-one consultation or retreats in person or done for you services, which provide tremendous value, but you can also price them really, really high because they provide really changing transformation for your prospect or customers. So often people, marketers charge for these valuable products or done for you services or one-on-one consultation anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 euros per transaction. This is possible. And people will love you for it because they are ready to pay whatever it solves their problems. You help them more than you provide. You provide more than they give to you. So, and let me tell you a little secret not many people know about. We have said before that usually a product or service converts in about 1%. This may vary depending on how well you are targeting your users and how well your website copy is. But let's say, let's stick to the 1% for the sake of this example. So this means that for every 1,000 visitors, you get one sale. This is 1% conversion rate, but the cost per click is often 1 or 2 euros. Now, if you sell something for 100 euros, you would break even or even be negative on that first sale because you will spend 100 or 200 even though you sold 100. But even if the thing you sell, and here is the secret, costs, let's say 5,000 or 10,000 euros, the cost per click is exactly the same, 1 or 2 euro. It doesn't go up. And the conversion rate is also exactly the same. So this is really powerful because, astounding because it takes almost the same effort to sell something for 100 euro and something for 10,000 euro. It takes the same effort, and this is a proven marketing scientific fact. It converts the same percentage that not many people know about. Of course, the thing you sell needs not only be even of a greater value than the money that they are giving to you. It has to exceed their expectation. You need to over deliver. You do that. If you do that, you will not only help much more people, but they will thank you for that, and you will have students and friends and customers for life. And I'm sure every one of you, whatever you sell, it does all of that. So just do it. And if you want, I can help you also with that. So in this case, instead of break even or losing money on your first transaction, you would have made for 4,800 euros. But it needn't be that you only sell this valuable product or one-on-one consultation to only new customers. You can offer this product or service to your existing customers, which already know you and trust you, and they can buy from you. Again, it's really, really easy to make a sale in this case. Now, last but not least, I want to talk to you a concept that is absolutely critical for you to understand. Please bear with me. There is not much more. I hope you have a good time, and I'm helping you with this. Absolutely critical for you to understand if you want to grow your Sangha or yoga practice or a business exponentially and bring lifelong happy yoga students or happy repetitive customer, as this is something that I call student or customer acquisition levels. There are 3 levels of customer acquisition, and you will see why this is so powerful for you to know in what level you need to operate. You have to operate in level 2, and if you want to be successful in your business, you will see right now. So the first level is what I call mom and pop businesses, and this is the typical mom and pop small business owner, the typical entrepreneur, the typical owner of a small retail shop, and is the level that they operate, this owner operates at. This is level 1. Then we have level 2, which is I call break even. And this is where most sophisticated marketing professionals operate at, and this is the minimum level you need to start off if you want to make your marketing or your business to the next level, and you will see why in just a second. And there is the 3rd level, which I call customer investor level, This is the best level and the most sophisticated, but if you stay into the second level, it will be more than enough for you to be really, really successful in your marketing, especially applying all that you have learned today in this presentation. So let me go through each one of these. They will be brief, not like the other ones. So you can understand how they differ and why you need to pick and operate your marketing or business from the second level up. For the first level, mom and pop, they treat every transaction as the same. And for them to be successful, every transaction needs to generate a certain amount of profit. So in their mind, there is no difference between a transaction with a brand new customer and a transaction that takes place with an existing customer. That is to say, in any transaction, they don't take into consideration the 3 pillars of successful marketing business, what we talked about in this presentation. For them, all transactions are the same, and therefore all marketing is the same. For them, there is no difference between marketing for customer acquisition and marketing for customer ascension, which we've talked about earlier in the second pillar. For them, every transaction needs to generate a certain amount of profit margin. And what that means is that, let's say it costs 50 euros for the mom and pop business to generate a sale. So meaning in terms of advertising, they spend 50 euros to generate a sale, to generate a transaction. Well, if it costs 50 euros to generate a transaction, they want to generate at least 90 or 100 euro in sales. So if their marketing campaign doesn't generate that for every 50 euro spent in advertising, they will consider that a losing business. They operate only in the first pillar, which we've talked about earlier in the presentation, which is only customer acquisition. And that's it. So that's the level one, what the typical approach of marketing that you see from the 99.9% of all the business owners out there. And then we have level 2, which is break even. And level 2 is where we really see where the typical direct response marketer, business owner begins to operate. Here is in this level, this marketing is viewed in the 2 categories, as we've talked about earlier in pillar number 2. There are 2 main categories of marketing objectives here. And those are customer acquisition and customer ascension. There are 2. Or marketing for your prospects and marketing for your already existing customers in order to deliver even greater value to them and to deliver greater value to your Sangha or business in terms of revenue. So this level break even starts with the 2 aspects of marketing and encompasses the 3 pillars together, as we've talked about earlier, which are first to acquire a customer, and then to get the customer to ascend and to spend more with you. Therefore, the objective of this level of break-even, where savvy direct response spiritual marketers operate on the front end. Front end means the first pillar of marketing for customer acquisition. That means front end is to simply the objective is to simply recoup ad spend, to recover whatever you spent in advertising. Please understand that this is very important. That's exactly what break even means. It means that if you invest in marketing campaigns where you acquire new students or new customers, your objectives in this level is just to recoup ad spend. This is it. That's if you spend €1, you get €1 back. Plus you get new customers and new prospects. You spend €100 and you get 100 back, plus whatever customers and whatever prospects you get. This is the safest spot, is the safest way for you to begin your marketing and make it profitable. And you will see why in a moment. First of all, when you do this, there is no expense in your marketing. Whatever you invest in your marketing, you get back, plus you get valuable customers and many more prospects, which is valuable in marketing. And what that really means is that you acquire students or customers for free, and this is simply invaluable. Because even if it looks like your campaign is not profitable and it's only breaking even, this means that you have already you have a successful campaign. Because if you utilize the 3 pillars of marketing, which we talked about earlier, your customer is an asset for you and you are an asset for him. It's a win-win situation for everyone. This way you can sell them again and again, and this is where profits are made. They are not made in the front end. This rarely happens, and it's really difficult to do in the front end when you acquire customers to do a campaign profitable. It's really difficult. I have tried it for so many years. So the objective of pillar 1 or customer acquisition is to simply recoup ad spend and to get new customers and subscribers for free. And if you understand and apply this, you will really start to grow your business exponentially, especially if you utilize the 3 pillars we've talked about earlier. And this is why 95% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years, because they don't understand, they don't utilize whatever you have learned here. They do a campaign, let's say in Facebook or Google, and if they see it's not making money, or if they see it's losing $20 or $50, or it's breaking even, it makes it 0, and they leave it because they think it's a losing campaign. But what savvy spiritual marketers like you and me, if they see that they are break even or even close of breaking even, then they know this is an absolute success, because they utilize all the 3 pillars and they acquire as many customers as they can for free, and they actually make their revenue at the back end or with the 2nd pillar. And it's quite easy to make a campaign in pillar 1, break even. It's quite easy to make a break even campaign and then make it profitable at the back end with pillar 2. And if it's profitable in the front end, let's say, even better. You will get even more revenue from this campaign if you operate from level 2 or the 2nd pillar. Now, level 3 is customer investor, but we are not really going to talk about level because there is no time, and it's similar to level 2. You need to first master level 2, which takes time, and after you do that, you can go to level 3. So all that I've talked about so far is the ground basis of successful business and marketing, and it's a tool you can use to grow your Sangha or a business exponentially, to spread the light and help yourself and many other people. But this is just one tiny small portion of the whole science of marketing, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. We will need hundreds of webinars like this, and still we would not cover what is there to it. I have been doing marketing since 2009 and been doing it full time since 2010, and I still learn every single day. But the difference is I not only learn, but I apply it every day. Of course, there are many more things you need to know, but whatever you have learned in this webinar will set you for success. You are now much more ahead than the 99% of all entrepreneurs out there if you apply that. But if you want to succeed even faster and easier, there is a story, but there is no time to tell the story. I wanted to tell a little story, like 5 minutes. I don't know if a quick story. Maybe we'll do it another time. It's an aha moment that I had. When I was meditating the other day, and because I don't have time to make a business, I have to do Ananda only, and I was struggling to get more funds for Ananda. So I had an aha moment. Guruji said, why don't you help Ananda? And this way, if you take time away from Ananda Bulgaria, it's still Ananda, you help. And that's when I told Rudra and Darshan, and we made this webinar for you. And maybe so here we are. I will. All right, so all you have to do is just let me know after the presentation, or let Darshan or Rudra know, or go to this link to contact me. I will set up a meeting with you if you want. Go through your business, and we'll personally help you with the most powerful and effective marketing strategies that work, and you can start growing your Sangha or business very, very, very fast. Here is the list of things I've been specialized for pillar 1. For example, I can help you with, if you decide to to work with me for pillar 1, which is getting new customers, I can tell you, or do the exact copy you need to use in your ads, landing pages, videos, and other marketing materials to effortlessly attract many lifelong, happy, repetitive customers who will be absolutely thrilled to have found about you. And just let me see where we are. And then I will show you the exact SEO strategies if you want, the exact PPC strategies. We don't have time to go through all of this. And pillar 2 and C, I will help you sell through your already existing customers, the exact strategies to increase the size of your transactions. I will show you how to do sales funnels and pages with the exact upsells, downsells, cross sells, which will maximize your revenue dramatically and take your Sangor business to the next level. And we'll also tell you how to do exact email messages, which will literally make your prospects and customers say thank you for allowing them to buy more from you. And this is pretty much this is a list of what I'm specializing in, Facebook, Google marketing, email marketing, social media marketing, search engine, PPC, other marketing strategies, content marketing, sales promotions, funnel building, video marketing, and more. And my marketing services are guaranteed. You will get positive results. Of course, you pay nothing otherwise. And the reason I'm doing this is because I felt inspired that I can help. We help each other grow Ananda through spiritual marketing as an instrument. And contact me and let's expand the light. Here is the website. You can go to contact in the upper right corner. Make sure up there is a flag. If it's Bulgarian, you click the British flag and you go to contact if you want to. So this is so if someone has a question, please, I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear your questions and to answer whatever you want in marketing. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Milan. That
much.
was very nice.
Thank you, Milan. That was wonderful.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Very, very helpful, very clear. Thank you.
Really? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
Hey, 1 second, please.
Very
I will stop the share. I don't see everyone. Oh, okay. That's great. Thank you so much. Please, if you have questions and
Yeah, I think you'll hear more from us, Milan.
really?
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
we finish or?
We are
Yeah,
going to
we need
sign
to
off,
go.
but
Yeah.
like I
If
said,
someone wants to stay and ask questions, I'm here and I will sign off when everybody signs off.
okay.
Thank you
We
so
will.
much. Really,
Bye-bye.
really nice to see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Milan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye-bye.
Thank you, Milan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I think people will probably want to have time to digest everything.
Okay.
There's a lot of
I will,
information, and then people have your contact, so we can
yeah,
write.
I will, this is recorded, so I will give it to you, the link, Rudra, you can give it to someone if you want.
Share it. Exactly. Thank you, Milan. That was really wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful to see you too.
Bye-bye. Okay, when everybody signs off, I will sign off. Ishwara, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. So nice to hear you. It's really nice presentation.
Thank
So
you.
I'm happy really to see you and also to like to hear some nice ideas. So maybe we can talk about later on, and also maybe you have some suggestions also for inner life. So I'm happy to hear.
Oh, that's great. I was really thinking about you all this time, and because we talked about, you said you had some difficult time, and I was prayed for you, and I hoped everything resolved great. How are things? Everything okay?
Yep. Yeah, everything's fine. So kind of changing, growing, and of course, it's a lot of things still needs to be done. So
All the time.
it's kind of not interesting time for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
Don't tell me.
things is not only online; it was also offline. So it wasn't. Not everything was so smooth.
Of course.
But anyway, actually, it was blissful time, I think, for everybody.
Of course, because we grow through tests and we go through difficulty, and God gives us this because He wants to make us stronger. That's why.
Yep. Okay. So I'm happy to if you can talk later on as well. You
Absolutely.
have my WhatsApps or we can talk another time. All right.
Okay, I will contact you on WhatsApp in this number, and we can talk whenever you want, and we can set up online, and anything. I can help you through anything.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ishwara, and really nice to hear from you, my friend. Bye bye, and bye to everybody.